Okay, well, these next two speakers are probably some of the leading minds in the hackathon movement. Alexey is one of the founders of PenApps. Nick is a longtime hackathon organizer, PenApps organizer. They've both organized Hackcon 1 and 2. Really, really smart guys, and I'm very proud and honored to introduce them for the final lightning talk of the day. So give them a round of applause.
Mics working?
I think so.
So, yeah, I'm Nick. This is Alexey.
I'm Alexey. This is Nick.
And, yeah, we're known for what John said, and you may know us for another hackathon we've done recently.
Yeah, I think
we're better known for that. So,
I think so.
We want to tell you guys a little bit about how it happened and how it was such a success.
I think so.
So we were at Island Hacks.
That's a good time.
We were at final demos for Island Hacks.
Oh, man.
When I turned to Alexey and I was like, Alexey, we should throw a hackathon.
Dude, we should totally do it, but we should make it bigger.
Yeah, it's like, this is 2,500 people. We could do 5,000.
We could do 5,000.
So we did it bigger.
And on a boat.
Yeah, that boat. So that's how Shark Hacks 5000 was created. And this is the genesis story of that.
This is gonna be good. We're really excited to share this with you guys. Some of the more beginner organizers here. We really want to give back. It's important for us.
So branding is the biggest thing. As you guys might notice, the name Shark Hacks 5000. We always say it like that because our branding people.
Shark Hacks
the
5000.
whole name. And Alexey will tell us about the slogan that goes along with that name.
Yeah.
The wording we use.
Super important. Shark Hacks 5000. So here's the thing. We looked at a lot of the 1.0 hackathons, so to speak, when we were building Shark Hacks 5000, and we noticed a common trend, right? If you look at PenApps, they're the premier hackathon, right? If you look at MHacks, they're the most epic. If you look at HackTech, they're the largest. Even if you look at Tree Hacks, which is from Stanford, this hasn't happened yet. They're already incredible, right? And we like those ideas. What we wanted to do, because really bring together the synthesis of all of these ideas and just sort of combine it all in one. Just sort of bring it all together, you know what I mean? Just sort of, just make it happen. And so let me introduce you to our branding. We are Shark Hacks 5000, the most epically incredible, super premier, really, really big hackathon that has ever happened or will ever possibly happen in the entire history of the known universe, especially on a boat.
So how, you ask, would we fund the largest hackathon in the history of the entire known universe, especially on a boat? And that's a good question. Shark Hacks 5000, yeah. Let me talk a little bit about sponsorship.
Go ahead.
So as you guys probably know, you have a couple types of sponsors. You have your branding sponsors, you have your recruiting sponsors, you get your marketing sponsors.
Yeah.
But really this wasn't sufficient for our needs, right? So we turned to the often overlooked fourth category of sponsors known as this category over here. So
For
dumb,
real.
in fact, that they put all their names on the same list. You
Yeah.
might know this as the Fortune 100. So we set about getting all of these sponsors as sponsors for our hackathon. And Alexey will tell you a little bit about how we started going about that.
Yeah, so traditionally when you reach out to sponsors, it takes a lot of time, and we're busy, important people, right? We don't have time for that. We're running a lean hackathon. We're agile. We've got
high
Scrum.
leverage.
Yeah, super high leverage. So let me walk you through what we did. Let me walk you through what we used to do and what we do today, right? So version 1, some of these 1.0 hackathons, what you do is you get on a phone and you would call. You'd say, hey guys, we're doing this thing. You should give us some money. It works super great. Uses my time. My time is valuable, okay? We can't do that. So next generation, what do? You get some friends and you're like, listen guys, we're going to build this thing together. Nope. We're going to build this thing together. You guys, I totally want you on my hackathon organizing team. It's going to be incredible. And then you get them to do all this shit work. It's fucking fantastic. All right, so that's cool. A lot of hackathons do that. We respect it, but,
Yeah, it's been done.
It's been done.
Very V1.
So luckily we have our good friend Ishan, fellow Hackcon organizer, and he came up with the next generation, right? And we really appreciate this. What he does is instead of getting friends that you have to manage and you have to motivate, you just go straight to the source, right? You go, you find somebody outsourced, you have them do the phone calls. It's the same job. They pay for themselves. You don't need to motivate them. They talk money. It's wonderful. Super lean, super agile. It's great. We really appreciate it. Ishan's a genius. But it's been done. It's been done.
It's been done. It's like 2013.
So
right?
we wanted to know what we wanted to do after that, and what we figured out, we were confused for a while, but finally we talked to Rob from Twilio, and he said, listen, you guys are making phone calls? We can do that, right? So now we hire outsourced developers on Odesk, which write Node.js scripts, right, that then call these Fortune 100 companies. It just works brilliantly. We love Twilio.
They're telling me we don't have time for the yoga break. Oh, okay.
I love that thing. All right, no yoga stretch, guys. We're going to keep going.
So when we pitch these sponsors, what do we sell them on? I'll go through a couple of the benefits we offered. First, access to participants, right? You got your recruiting sponsors. They want to access those participants. We got the resumes, the standard stuff, the emails. Everyone gives out emails of their hackathon attendees. But really, to take it to the next level, you really just need to find them all weekend long, and that's why we just gave them tracking beacons for the entire 48 hours.
Worked super well. It was fantastic.
Next up, your branding sponsors. Maybe they're not interested in this. Maybe they want their logo and stuff. So, you put on the website, maybe on the T-shirt, but really to get your whole cohesive branding message across, you need a personal touch.
Swift is such a good sport. He loves it. All right, so beyond that, some of the API sponsors, what they want to do is they want to be able to get people's attention. And if you give us some money, we'll let you do it for 2 minutes, but if you give us a little bit more money, you can have their attention for 5 minutes. But listen, if you're one of these dumb money sponsors, you haven't done this before, need a little bit of time, you know what? All right, take all the time you need.
Now that we had basically the equivalent of 1% of the GDP of Seoul, what we spend all this money on? Thank you for asking. Let me give a quick breakdown here, the budget. So, you got your standard stuff. You got food, you got Wi-Fi, you got snacks.
Keep going.
You got the venue, side events. And after all this, we basically broke even.
Yeah, more or less, right? Rounding error. It was fine. So anyways.
Who did we let into this hackathon then?
Yeah, so it was super important. We only had 5,000 people on our boat, so we wanted to be super exclusive. But the problem is, we also wanted to be super inclusive inside of our exclusive community.
We've turned this exclusive inclusivity. And
it worked super well, right? So a lot of hackathons do a lot of different things. We decided we were going to do prerequisites, right? So if you wanted to show up to our hackathon, we wanted to see at least 4 years of hacking experience, all right? If you weren't coding in kindergarten with a keyboard, you're not for us. Not good enough. You're not cut out. Too late. Sorry. All right? That was the first thing. The second thing, we want some real hackers. We want people that have won at least 3 hackathons before. Now, to be clear, these have to be MLH hackathons, and we're not counting sponsor prizes, okay? Finally, we want people with at least 2 Teal fellowships, all right? And here's the thing, all right? All right, some people complain, but if you've been coding for 4 years, you got time for 2 Teal fellowships. That's totally fine, all right? And doing all of that together, we were able to really make it work, all right? We brought the 5,000 best people to Shark Hack 5000.
Again, we had the best people here. Let's take a look at some of the schools that came out, just shout-outs. We had Penn.
Where's Penn?
Great to see Penn there all the time.
Yeah.
VT Hackers, always a great showing.
Where are you guys at?
Michigan showed up. They showed up kind of out of nowhere.
Michigan.
Just like out of nowhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Harvard Divinity
Harvard.
School. We weren't sure how they're going to get there. They just kind of walked over.
Super happy to see them.
But we're all about learning, right?
Yeah, hackathons are all about learning, and so we wanted to make sure that people were learning, and so we, as every good hackathon, we did a post-attendee survey, and we asked people what they learned, and they learned a lot. First of all, they learned a lot about network infrastructure stuff. That was super valuable for them to learn moving forward. The second thing they learned is how to work with adverse conditions. It's a lot of real-life stuff right there. It's going to be super, super helpful. Finally, for hackers that are interested in finance, we learned a lot of stuff that people might want to use for their future careers on Wall Street. We're really excited about that. And of course, like any good hackathon, they learned about Twilio.
So we're going to finish up with some takeaways here. Just a couple tips
Yep.
that we learned. Number one, I know many of you guys all about leveraging your time, your labor. Use TaskRabbit because it's cheap. You can hire people to help you.
It's great.
Turns out that in international waters, there is no minimum wage.
Worked really well.
Another thing V0 hackathons did, they would funnel their money through the school. It was easy, hassle.
all right.
But you have to deal with the school.
Yeah.
So they started, incorporating Delaware LLCs.
It worked okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
But incorporating in the Caymans is a much better experience for hackers and sponsors alike.
Way better experience.
So I think that's...
Yeah. Thank
that's
you
about
guys.
it. Wait.
Wait for it.
I'm not Swift, but there's one more thing.
All right, you want to tell them about this?
I think we're going to tell them
All right,
about the
okay.
future of Shark Hacks 5000.
All right, future of Shark Hacks 5000.
Why didn't you tell them?
All right, so here's the thing that it's important to understand about Shark Hacks 5000, okay? Shark Hacks 5000 changes people's lives, okay? It's a paradigm shift, okay? Some people didn't even make it back. And we want to take this beautiful experience, this Shark Hacks 5000 movement, and we want to take it everywhere, right? We want to make Shark Hacks 5000 in every city in America, on a boat. All right? So here today...
What are we calling it now?
Oh, so here today we're super excited to announce Shark Hack Weekend. It's going to be the future.
So, how could we do this, you ask, right? We're just Alexey and I. We have 1% of the GDP of Seoul, but if we're going to get every city, that's more than the entire nation's GDP.
Yeah, it's just not fair to Seoul.
What do we do? Well, we're going to bring on a partner to make this happen.
Super excited.
We couldn't do this by ourselves, so we found a sponsor to make this dream a reality.
So great.
So I'd like to introduce to you the man of the Midwest.
Oh my God.
The hero of the hackathon movement.
So great.
The creator of the slogan you all know and love.
Hell yeah.
The founder of Hackmatch and the CEO and visionary behind Market Loco. Please welcome to the stage Dave Fontenot.
Woo! Give it up for Dave.
How's it going, everyone? Who wants to come to Shark Hack Weekend? First of all, let me get a huge hell yeah. 1, 2, 3. Hell yeah. So as many of you know, I left hackathons a few months ago to pursue a career in acting. It didn't pan out so well. So when Nick and Alexey reached out to me about Shark Hack Weekend and taking hackathons to the next level, I realized something. This is just the start. We started hackathons on land, and then Nick and Alexey brought them to water. But I want to bring hackathons to space. Who's with me? And I want, my real vision here is that in 20 years, when our kids are going to hackathons, they're not going to be hacking on land. They're not going to be hacking in the water. They're not going to be hacking in space. They're going to be hacking in the nth dimension. So if you want to apply for Shark Hack Weekend, who has Tinder here? Raise your hand. So you need to put a code snippet as your Tinder description. And are we live?
I think we're live.
I think so, yeah.
We're live? Okay, yeah, and you can just swipe right on Shark Hack 5000 on Tinder. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.